It's 9 a.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to the work session, September the 19th of 2022 of the Limestone County Commission. Ellen, do we have any public comment?
Yes, Mr. Brian Lorge.
Mr. Brian, step on the microphone, please, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm trying not to read you that. Just have some notes. First of all, I'd like to thank the commission and especially the staff for all the hard work I know went into preparing the budget for the year. I know it's a lot of work. The requests exceed the amount of money available, and you have to make many tough decisions. And I really believe that the preparation of the budget and approval of the budget is the number one function, the most important function the commission does, making good use of the $48 million worth of taxpayer money. I do have one concern about that. I do thank Ellen for getting me a copy of the budget last week, but I'm concerned about the process used in allowing the public a chance to input into the budget. I'm fortunate I get to come to these meetings and talk, and I can talk to you, and you guys know what some of my passion items are. I'm one person. There's a lot more people in this county, and a lot of the people can't come to the meetings. They work, have jobs, have other commitments, can't be here. So I'd like to encourage a process, a public meeting after the budget at least formulated before you go to vote on it so public could input into it. And just the last thing, again, you know, the money for the animal shelter is exactly the same as it was last year. They're facing the same things with inflation, more animals in bad condition, and I would have liked to see at least a small increase in their funding for the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Ellen, we have any more?
We have no further comments.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Brian. Today, the first thing on the agenda will be approve of minutes from September the 6th, 2022. Anybody got any issues with the minutes? All right, the next one on here will be a claims in the amount of $1,738,447.46. Anybody got an issue with any claim being paid today? All right, moving on. Resolutions and orders. No wonder I can't see. I ain't got my glasses out. All right, resolutions and orders. First one on here be to approve a resolution for Limestone County Commission to adopt the AEMA Division F Regional Hazardous Mitigation Plan as an official plan. Anybody got any issues with that? Eddie, you got anything to say about that?
No.
Okay, I know this is something we do every year, but I just want to make sure that you don't have anything else with it. Anybody else got any discussion? All right, next on here will be to approve a resolution authorizing the chairman to sign and submit all required documents for submittal, a formula amendment request to the aid for ADECA to amend the existing CDBG CV grant to install a P25 communication network to serve the county. Anybody got a discussion with that?
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, Emily, did you ever find out was the tower up there? I've been working for 4 years trying to get the tower, repeater tower removed from the district. One equipment shed up there. Is this going to eliminate that tower? Are they still going to have it, or what's the deal on it?
I think either Eddie or the sheriff can address that. I'm not sure as far as the communication.
Indirectly to it. My understanding was that if we were going to have to move that tower and continue to use the system that we are, let's do it all at once, is why we're putting it off, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But the P25 would eliminate the day-to-day use, but if we were going to move it, I think we'll still have it as backup, but if that's, if they're going to move the tower from, I think that's what the holdup was on this side of the
Okay.
right then or not, but it would not have the core, I guess is what they call it, or the brain for the P25 on that tower.
So no, that tower was not going to be used for the P25 itself.
The repeater tower won't be used then? All right. I know the building's
Not for
rotted
P25.
down.
It would simply remain as a backup system if
Yeah.
that 1% situation came in.
Okay. I'm just trying to get it.
Everybody's gonna be able to go P25 at one time, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Derek, volunteer fire, anything?
We won't be able to afford to regulars from, I don't think we'll use that tire if two shed.
Okay.
Okay. I just appreciate that.
All right.
Just curious about it. Thank you.
Anybody got more discussion? All right, moving on. Number 3, to be approve a resolution to adopt policies and procedures for non-infrastructure projects to be carried out by sub-recipients. And this right here is dealing with the IAC for the CARES Act money stuff. Anybody got any more discussion with that? All right, moving on, contracts, agreements, and grants. We have approval for Alabama Emergency Management Agency FY 2021 Emergency Management Performance Grant and ARPA Cooperative Agreement. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, moving on. Number 2 will be to approve a long-term detention subsidies contract between the Limestone County and the Alabama Department of Youth Services. Anybody got a discussion with that? Jason, don't you formally sit on that board?
I do. I got
Alright.
one more meeting.
Yeah, right. Chairman Long asked me the other day who was going to place you with. So I want to thank you for staying on that board and working so hard on that board.
Well, Adon was in trouble when he was a juvenile, so a lot, so I think he would probably be a good one.
All right. So you think LaDon would work good on that board?
Think so.
Be familiar with it.
He's been over there a few times.
Sorry.
Well, but I want to do want to seriously thank you for
Yeah.
serving on that board.
I enjoyed it. It got in a little bit of trouble, and then David Seibert came in after he left. It's been in the positive ever since, and it's really a good program. Emily, I tell you, it's worked itself out for a while. Before we got there, it was pretty bad, but it's really a good running program now.
Anybody else got any discussion with it? All right, moving on will be number 3 on here, will be to approve a license agreement between the Limestone County Commission and Recovery Services of DeKalb County Incorporated for the use of an office space within its works with a community corrections program. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, number 4 will be to approve a contract for animal control services between the Limestone County Commission and the Athens Limestone Animal Shelter, which is Dr. Robert E. Pittman, from October the 1st of 2022, and it will expire September the 30th of 2023. Anybody got a discussion with that?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
All right, go ahead, sir.
When I signed this last year, I was under the impression that we were going to make a change to address it. Apparently, a couple of years ago, Dr. Pittman submitted some paperwork for a raise, and I got to looking at that. Apparently, I guess he's created a profit and loss statement within the vet clinic for the animal shelter, which is good business. So we're paying rent, essentially, on that facility of $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month. My understanding is the only dogs that are supposed to be spayed and neutered are the ones that are adopted. So he had a charge on there for $277,000 for spay and neuter. There was 477 adopted, which that made each spayed and neuter $580. In 2019, there was 477 adopted. The adoptions, for some reason, I don't know why, are going down. In 2021, there was only 388 spayed and neutered. So the spayed and neuter costs are down close to 20–25%. You know, we've waited till the last minute, and we don't really have an alternative, but we kicked the can down the road last year. Does anybody have any suggestions on what we should do? I think our total animal control costs are going to be over $800,000, approaching $900,000. Morgan County did their whole animal control and vet and animal shelter last year for $308,000. So, am I the only one who sees a problem here?
Anybody else got any discussion?
I do not.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else got anything else with it? All right. No more discussion. We'll move on to budget and budget revisions. First thing on here will be to approve the fiscal 2022 and 2023 budget effective October the 1st, 2022. And before we go any further, I'd like to thank every department for working so hard to, and especially Emily and Ellen and everybody for getting the budget together. I know it's a tiring, long process. It's been several months in the workings here, but and I know all budget, and I mean every department from our license commissioner sitting in here, Eddie, or EMA directors in here, the sheriff's in here, everybody. We worked hard to get this budget together, and I want to thank everybody for all their input, and Mark and their engineering department, and all the commissioners. Anybody got a discussion with it? All right. Next thing on here is number 2, is to approve the pay scale to reflect a 4% cost of living adjustment effective October the 2nd of 2022. That'll be coming for the fiscal year. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, we have no merchant purchases, no board appointments, award of bids. And then on personnel action, we've got 3 here today. First one will be to approve to hire Hillary Riggins as the Human Resource Specialist effective October the 3rd of 2022. Anybody got a discussion with her? Second on here will be to approve to hire Andrew Deal as a county attorney effective October the 3rd of 2022. Anybody got a discussion with that? And then the third thing on here will be to approve the staffing plan effective October the 1st of 2022. And this is we approve every year for the staffing plan for the year. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, no discussion with that. We have 4 merit increases listed here below. Anybody got any discussion with anybody on the merit increase? You're awful quiet. All right, I'll turn it over to the engineer, Mr. Massey.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've got 8 subdivisions for your consideration today. Mayberry subdivision, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 1. Tanner Quarterback Club subdivision, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 1 additional lot in District 3. Buck Island Road subdivision, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 4. Lucas Landing, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 7 lots in District 3. Adelia subdivision, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 20 lots in District 4. Then we have Browns Ferry Village subdivision, this is Phase 1, this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 70 lots in District 2. And Nature's Trail Phase 3, this is a major for final approval, creating 161 lots in District 3. And then Ricketts Farm Phase 3, this is a major for final approval, creating 61 lots in District 2. I know that there's at least one person here that's got some questions about one of these subdivisions, and I'll be happy to meet with them or anybody else after the meeting to discuss and answer any of those questions. So, do you guys have any questions? If not, then that's all I have for your action. So, we've moved to District 2 to start paving Southern Heritage. That's right. The name was it was eluding me. So Southern Heritage, we're beginning milling and paving today on that. And then we're going to try to get Mooresville Road in District 2 complete. It's got a chip seal on it, so we're going to try to get that complete before October 1. And then we have a few small roads we've got to come over into District 3 to get and try to take care of a few of those things. So, and then we've got to do a little bit of patching here and there to try to catch up things in a few locations. So, that's we're beginning to get all of our big projects out of the way. We've got about 3 big projects still hanging out there that we should be able to get completed before the end of paving season. But we had a chip seal on that one in Mooresville Road that we wanted to try to make sure we got that out of the way before October 1. So that's kind of where we're sitting on it. So anything else y'all want to update on? No? Okay. Nope. All right. Well, then I will stop talking. So, thank you, guys.
Before we move on, anybody have any discussion with any one of the subdivisions or anything? All right. Moving on, other business. We have to sell the couple of following items on Gov Deals out of the recycling department, which are a couple of old trucks, and they have purchased another one, so we're just moving those two out. Anybody got a discussion with either one of those? And then we've got a couple of items to remove from inventory, and they're listed below there. So anybody got any any discussion with those? And under other business, why it's on my mind, and which I think all of y'all are aware of, we have a truck that we've been using for several years that Marshall County has been gracefully to let us use. I know Commissioner Black, we borrowed it from David, this was the commissioner over at the time, and the commissioners over there now, we've been back and forth with it, and they're willing to sell it to us at a real good buy, and it's $7,500. So I just wanted y'all to be aware that we are going to purchase that truck from them. They're working on finding the title and stuff now. So, all right. Any other business? Anybody else?
It's well worth that.
Oh yeah, it was, and it's well worth that for us and our
It got
paving
us through
crew.
a whole year of paving. So for $7,500, it's well worth it.
Well, they just kind of went found a fair market value for it, and that
Good.
was so.
It has a few $1,000s worth of valves and things that need to be replaced on it, which we priced out. We didn't, that's one of those things we were just kind of working through until we knew if we were going to be able to purchase it or not.
Yep.
But there's a few $1,000s worth of valves we're going to replace on it this winter. But other than that, it's been a good truck, so.
Yes.
Yeah, Joey Baker, the commissioner over there, they came up with a price of about 10, and I told them about the valve. They said just give us $7,500. So I thought it was a real good buy for everybody. So, and plus it really helps us in our paving situation because we don't have to swap back and forth trucks. You can do chip seal one, and so anyhow, I just want y'all to be aware of that. And Jason, thank you for getting with David and getting that borrowed at the time when we need it. So anyhow, so moving on, we scheduled a public hearing. We have Terry Acuff here today. He has got a couple of items, and if you don't mind, Terry, step up here, please.
You have two public hearings today. One is to close the Chapman Hollow Road CDBG project. We're finished with it in accordance with your CDBG adopted citizen participation plan. You're required to have a public hearing before the chairman signs the closeout documents. So we can submit those and get the final remaining balance of the $310,000 we use to rework that road, make the bridge improvements, and I'm here to answer if any public comments related to objecting to me doing that. Okay. And then the second public hearing is related to the resolution you spoke to earlier about changing your CDBG CV grant from the broadband to the PS25 radio system. The reason that decision was made is due to all the different broadband money that's out there right now. We did a lot of research and looking into trying to do that project the way we had it proposed, but it was supposed to be mostly a wireless broadband. And if you do that, you could make a lot of those areas ineligible for getting actual fiber installed through some of the other grant programs that are out there. So the decision was made that that would be the best choice, was to try to see if ADECO would approve that PS25 system as your new radio system. And we've had preliminary discussion with them, and they seem to approve that. But we have to have public comment on that as well.
Anybody got a discussion for Terry? Anybody in the audience got any discussion with anything to do either? Okay. Well, Terry, I just want to thank you for all you've done and working through. I know this Chapman Hollow project, it was a real big help to the community out there, and we never would have got it any other way without your help with the grant. So,
Thank you.
thank you, Terry. All right. We have this time report of officers. Commissioner Samet,
I don't have anything, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Barksdale,
No, I don't have anything.
Commissioner Black,
I have nothing.
Commissioner Townsend. And I just want to say one thing. The Elkins family, we done a proclamation the other day for meningitis awareness. They lost their daughter 15 years ago to meningitis, and so we do that every year. And I know we got two of the family members work here at the county, so I just wanted to recognize the family and just awareness of meningitis. And thank y'all for being here today. We'll recess until 10 a.m.